All right, we live, we live, we live. All right, come on. Good morning. Come on in here, ladies and gents. We're gonna get into this topic real quick. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but this definitely had to get spoken on. Come on in before we get started. Come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all pile up in here before I actually start getting into the topic. I need y'all to smash that like button upon entry, but we gonna get into it, y'all. We have Sabrina Peterson, the one that accused T.I. and Tiny of all types of sexual acts, grooming. Um, Remember she accused T.I. of putting a gun to her head and all those, allegations and things that came out. I think they actually have a pending case right now, a federal case pending. Um, I guess T.I. is suing her for defamation of all these things she's been saying over the years. So we're gonna get into all that though. I got some videos queued up. I got some statements put out by Sabrina with this whole Diddy after this whole Diddy verdict. Tiny had actually, made a comment under somebody's post, basically basically siding with Diddy and whatever. So I guess that sent Sabrina Peterson on a rampage, and she just started leaking text messages and making statements against T.I. and Tiny, saying they no different from Diddy. They was into the same shit Diddy was into. So we gonna get into that. But I do want to recollect y'all memory with when T.I. and Tiny was accused of sexual allegations. This was like 4 years ago. So I wanted to pull this article up just to refresh y'all memory of what went on. So let's go ahead and get into it. I ain't gonna keep y'all too long, but I definitely had to come on here and report on this. So
T.I.'s decorated music career includes a slew of chart-topping hits, Grammy Awards, and multiple TV shows. But a series of disturbing sexual assault allegations against the Atlanta rapper and his wife, Tamika Harris, threatened to topple the empire they've built.
We are dead set on seeking justice.
New York attorney Tyrone Blackburn represents 9 anonymous women who say the Harrises drugged, sexually assaulted, and in some cases, kidnapped them. And while each encounter is different, a troubling alleged pattern emerges.
You have Tamika Harris being the main catalyst that gets the women to trust her.
Several of the accusers say Tamika Harris handpicked them in crowded nightclubs and fed them spiked drinks that hindered their cognitive abilities.
Then T.I. comes along with his touching, prodding, offering of different narcotics, whether it's Molly, ecstasy, cocaine.
Blackburn says many of his clients then passed out and woke up naked with sore genitals. One victim, as young as 17 years old, alleges she was working for the Harrises as an intern in 2006 when they raped her on a tour bus.
And there's blood running down her legs. She's laying naked on the bed next to 2 other interns.
Trigger warning, trigger warning.
The accusations against T.I. and Tamika Harris span 15 years in Georgia and California, with the most recent incident allegedly taking place in 2018, according to Blackburn. Beyond the sexual assault allegations, 3 of Blackburn's clients, 2 women and 1 man, say T.I. or his associates threatened them with violence. And Los Angeles attorney Lisa Bloom says she represents 2 women who endured misconduct at the hands of T.I., Tamika, or both.
The egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife.
T.I. denied all of the allegations on Instagram.
Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. We never made nobody do anything. We never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything.
T.I. and Tamika's lawyer released this statement to NBC News. Quote, the Harrises continue to deny in the strongest possible terms these groundless and unjustified allegations. We fully expect if the claims are thoroughly and fairly investigated, no charges will be brought.
How are you doing?
An early sign of fallout for the couple. VH1 halted production of their reality show, T.I. and Tiny, The Family Hustle, back in February, given, quote, the serious nature of the allegations. Blackburn says he's asked 2 federal agencies and the Georgia Attorney General's office to consider charges against the Harrises.
These women may have consented to come to the VIP section, but once you've introduced narcotics into their system and you've taken away their ability to make a sound decision, they can no longer consent.
The Georgia AG told NBC News they take the allegations, quote, very seriously. The U.S. Attorney's Office for Northern Georgia, however, declined to comment. As for the Harrises' alleged victims, Blackburn says many of his clients' lives are ruined and that severe depression, drug addiction, and suicidal thoughts continue to haunt them.
These women can never get their lives back, but what they can do is begin to start healing once they know that the man and the woman that violated them, the Harrises, are seeking justice and are paying for the sins that they've committed.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thank you.
See, a lot of those things that was, T.I. and Tiny was accused of, there really wasn't no evidence of none of that until, like they was accused of a lot of things, but like we said, they don't have any evidence to be convicted. They still remain innocent until proven guilty. So, like they have to go through the due process, the same thing they did with Diddy. You have to go to court and all that have to be proven. You can't just say things and not have evidence to back those things up. It has to be a thorough investigation. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get into some things. Actually, one of the women that accused T.I. and Tiny of those allegations, actually, that Sabrina Peterson chick actually interviewed one of them, which we're gonna get into. But I wanna jump back real quick when Sabrina started speaking out against T.I. and the whole things that she was saying about him, acting violently towards her, basically like pulling guns out on her and all these different things. So I wanted to go ahead and jump into that before we get into that the other video I got queued up with the interview. So let's go ahead and get into
Your
that real quick.
husband put a gun to my head after me looking out for you. That ain't nothing but another narcissistic tactic. That ain't nothing but another narcissistic tactic to silence your victims. The jig is up. The jig is up. To the mayor of Atlanta, the jig is up. To all you celebrities that have done wrong to my black women, the jig is up.
If a person does not have any
My bad, y'all. Posting how they pass the women off to their male children next, which is crazy. All right, so these are some heavy allegations she's accusing T.I. and Tiny of. All right, so she says the next messages I post are between Tiny and one of the girls that is trafficked. The girl's family contacted my attorney because, all right, hold on. All right, my bad, y'all. Hold on real quick. Oh, shit. All right, let me go back. All right, she said the girl's family contacted my attorneys because their child is in the web of drugs and prostitution led by the Harris family. She dropping some. Oh, it's no sound? Oh, shit. No sound. Oh, my goodness, y'all. Hold on. Y'all said there's no sound. Yo, can y'all hear me? No sound? Still no sound? No sound, no sound, no sound. Y'all can't hear me? I'm good now? All right. All right, shit. How long was the sound out for? So I need to go back then, right? Shit. Yeah, damn it. All right, y'all can hear me now. All right, then it means I gotta go back then, y'all. I'm sorry about that. Cause I don't even know where the sound jumped out at. But I was reporting on, you know, Sabrina Peterson going off after Tiny made a statement, you know, after the Diddy verdict of somebody leaving a post. All right, we good? Just for a few minutes. Do I need to go back to the part where Tiny left a comment under the person post, or y'all got that already? I'm not sure where the audio went out at. So, oh, after the Sabrina video, all right, then I need to go back to this then. All right. All right, so Sabrina accused T.I. and Tiny, basically T.I. and Tiny, of trafficking women, um, and then passing them off to her son King, claiming she did favors around ATL to marry Tiny, allegedly. So this is Sabrina basically going off after the Diddy verdict and Tiny actually leaving a comment under somebody's post. All right, so the person that left the post up of Diddy after the verdict was Ebony Electric, said, praise God. I guess she was saying praise God for Diddy, you know, not being found guilty on all charges. So the person wrote opinions, we all entitled to them. Mistakes, we all make them. Judging, we all do it. Gossip, we are all guilty of it. She said God's will is higher than any opinion, mistakes, judgment, or gossip. If the God's will for Puff and Diddy, then that's his will. In the end, we will think we will what we think does not compare to his will. Who are we to judge? That's God's job. It's all in the hands. It's all in his hands. You never know. All right, so Tiny left a comment under that post saying, yeah, people want to charge you so bad for being freaky. It's nasty work. All right, so I guess Sabrina, you know, the media start posting that around. You know, and they only did that because, you know, T.I. and Tiny been in the media for the allegations of sexual assault, prostitution, and those things like grooming and all that. One of their accusers is Sabrina and some other people that came forward. So Sabrina, that sent Sabrina basically in a rage, seeing that. You know, she still got pending case with T.I. and Tiny. I think T.I. is suing her for defamation for these allegations that she's been saying over the years. So they still have a court case pending. So all right, so this is Sabrina reaction. She said, "Don't worry, you're next." Basically, talking about Tiny and Ti. Don't worry, you're next. It's the trafficking, coercion, prostitution. You can't give consent while forcing victims to take drugs. NLB. All right, so she start posting things in her story. I'll be thinking like, why don't you just go live instead of just posting all this shit? It makes it easier for you to just go live, Sabrina. You know what I'm saying? You got us reading all it, it's you posting all damn day. Like, come on, man. All right, so she said, "Don't make me drop the trafficking receipts, you nasty piece of ish." I guess she's talking to T.I. Tiny, posting how they passed the women off to their male children next, meaning King. All right, she says the next text message I posted are between Tiny and one of the girls that is trafficked. The girl family contacted my attorney because their child is in the web of drug and prostitution led by the Harris family. Now, you're being sued actively at this time for defamation by T.I. and she don't even give a ish, bro. She's still going off. She's still standing on the shit she's been saying for years. And she's currently in a goddamn lawsuit with T.I. for defamation. But she don't care. She's still going off on them folks. She said, "I have been quiet for too long. You should have shut the F up, the nasty whore bag." I guess she calling Tiny a nasty whore bag. This woman crazy, bro. You made your wife eat. Yo, oh my goodness, bro. I can't even read this shit without laughing, bro. Why is she saying, yo, she is going off, bro. She said, "You made your wife eat every box in Atlanta to get a ring." Tip. She tagged T.I. in that shit. Yo, this chick is crazy, bro. This chick is crazy. She said, "Passing the same girls off to their sons." The next message is between the traffic girl and King. Damn, so she's claiming that T.I. and Tiny passed the girl off that was trafficked to their son, which is crazy. For y'all that's tuning in, I need everybody to double tap the screen to like this video. I will definitely appreciate it. If you tap the screen, like this video, we getting an early in the morning live stream in. Yeah, I mean, this is fresh off the press. So we getting into it, man. This is Sabrina Peterson, one of T.I.'s accusers of all types of shit. She been accusing T.I. and Tiny of all this over the years. So this is what we getting into. You know what I'm saying? She said, "This is your king," referencing to their son. This is your activist. This is your icon. And this is someone's misguided daughter. Well, I guess she's talking about T.I. being, this is your king, this is your activist, I guess that's the same shit they posted twice. All right, so she in a comment, she said, "I said what I said, and I'm standing on it." Like right in the middle of a defamation case that T.I. has against you, and you still blurting out all this stuff. This lady don't give a ish, boy. She don't care. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and go back a little bit, to recollect our memories based off the things she was saying, accusing T.I. and Tiny of. We want to get into this, and then we're gonna get into the interview that Sabrina did with one of the accusers of T.I. and Tiny. We're gonna get into that interview too. So need y'all to click this video. Double tap the screen like this video, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and get into it. Let me know if we good on the sound too.
Your husband put a gun to my head after me looking out for you.
That ain't nothing but another narcissistic tactic. That ain't nothing but another narcissistic tactic to silence your victims. The jig is up. The jig is up. To the mayor of Atlanta, the jig is up. To all you celebrities that have done wrong to my black women, the jig is up.
If a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they could do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, to get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you, that that get people to believe and make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar.
T.I. and Sabrina Peterson are set to face off in court in Los Angeles, with a judge confirming a trial date for the rapper's defamation lawsuit that has been brewing for years. The hip-hop star filed his lawsuit against Peterson in December 2024, accusing her of spreading false and harmful claims online, including a serious allegation that he was under federal investigation for sex trafficking. This case is just the latest twist in a legal saga that started in 2021 when Peterson sued T.I. and his wife, Tamika "Tiny" Harris, for defamation, invasion of privacy, and emotional distress. In her original lawsuit, Peterson claimed that T.I. pointed a gun at her and that the couple tried to publicly tarnish her image after she spoke out.
First of all, never said that your husband was an abuser, okay? Because he couldn't abuse me. Let's just be clear. He abuses you. Let's be clear on that, okay? Let's be clear on that. He abuses you. Your husband could never abuse me. So that's never a comment Sabrina used, okay? Let's be clear on that. Number two, me speaking about what I experienced is my experience, okay? Okay? Your husband put a gun to my head after me looking out for you on several occasions. You are the battered woman. I'm saying you're the woman that's always somewhere crying. You're the one that's always being cheated on. You're the one. I'm saying but you the one that wants to go run to your friends and tell them what he did wrong in X, Y, and Z. And I was so young, I did not know. I didn't know to not listen to a woman when she's going crazy and crying about her relationship. The only thing I knew is that my friend was going through X, Y, and Z, and I jumped the fuck in like the dumbass I was. But the facts do remain the same. And if so I've let this go because it's so freaking old. This is so old, but this is a part of my trauma. This is a part of my truth. This is so old that he went on to make songs about it and so forth and so on. That same silver gun that was on the table when he was arrested, that one silver revolver with the long nose on it, was the gun that he put to my head, screaming, "Bitch, I'll kill you, bitch, I'll kill you." So my PSA today is about me speaking about my past trauma, what I went through. That's my truth. That is my truth. Your daughter was there to witness it. His sister Precious, rest in peace, was there to witness it. And many other children. I was actually, while you were in the hospital, after you lost the child, I left the hospital and took my money to go throw your child a birthday party. And this is where it happened at. So don't paint me to be something that I'm not. Don't ever even say that's the problem. He was on probation. I never once called the police on him. I never once started a case. And as far as my child knowing him, your children call me, your daughter calls me auntie. So as far as my child taking a picture with him and me saying that's his uncle and X, Y, and Z, that was 2 years ago. That was 2 years ago. My child has never been in a private setting with him at all. Let's be clear on that. But the horrible part about it all is victim shaming. It's one thing to go through what you go through in life, but it's so painful when people will come back and try to make it sound like you did not go through what you went through. No woman in a right mind. The statute of limitations is up. He can't go.
Now they've been saying this woman been accused of trying to hire somebody to get somebody murdered based off of she thought a dude that she was messing with gave her AIDS, and they saying she put a hit out on dude. So there's been allegations against her as well that she tried to, murder for hire. You know what I mean? So, and she served fed time and all that. I mean, she had some things about herself, but the things that she basically saying T.I. and them are guilty of really haven't been proven in the court of law yet. So we still standing on you're innocent till proven guilty. We standing on that. So Same thing with the Diddy shit. Like, I mean, is innocent till proven guilty. That's supposed to be the court, our justice system. So the things T.I. and them being accused of, if they being, prosecuted for that, and there's evidence and all that, then we going off the facts and the evidence and testimonies and things of that nature, and they fate will be decided in the courtroom, in the court of law. All that convicting by public opinion, and that shit don't matter. Our opinions in the media, opinions in the on social media don't matter. It really don't. Our opinions is not going to get anyone convicted of a crime. Only thing gonna get a person convicted is evidence. I mean, so we sticking to that. That's what we sticking to. We want to hear her out. Like everybody got the right to tell their story and tell, the things that's happened to them, but should still have to be proven. You know what I mean? It has to be. So
Go to jail for what he did to me.
I'm gonna go back a
But at
little
the end
bit.
of the day, my life. But it's so painful when people will come back and try to make it sound like you did not go through what you went through. No woman in a right mind. The statute of limitations is up. He can't go to jail for what he did to me.
Well,
But
there
at
you
the end
go.
of the day, my truth is my truth. What I
Well, I
lived
mean,
is what I
there you
lived.
go. I mean,
And no one can discount that. No one can discount the amount of time it took me to get over that trauma. If you ever had a cold pistol put
all right, but there you go. She even said that the statute of limitations is up. Now I'm not taking away from her being a victim. If she is a victim of that, then I mean she got a right to tell her story, and that's what she's been doing. I'm not taking that away from her, but man, you didn't go to the police when it happened. And the statute of limitations ran out. So that makes me think: are you the ringleader of the sexual assault accusations against T.I. and Tiny because you didn't get him on the fact that he pulled a cold silver pistol out on you and nothing happened to him? So that be making me think: is this be on some revenge shit? I don't know. I mean, we can't confirm or deny it, but we know T.I. and Tiny was in the media for sexual assault and prostitution and all. They was accused of all that, but it makes me think: was she behind all that? That makes me wonder because she just mentioned the statute of limitations ran out on her on Ti pulling that gun out on her, and then they separated themselves from her. So it be making me think: is she on some type of revenge warpath or some shit? I don't know, bro. I can't confirm or deny it. Yeah, I mean, we don't know, but we just all we can do is go off of the shit she talking about, and if Ti and Tiny are being accused of these sexual acts and all that, then that has to be done in the court of law. We can't convict. They can't be convicted based off of the shit that's just them just saying shit. It has to be thoroughly investigated. But we here to hear them out. We ain't disregard nobody's story. We here to hear this shit out, bro. So let's continue.
to the side of
Y'all do need to like this video though, and double tap the screen and like this video.
your head with pressure to it, you would know. I don't care if it's 10, 20, 30 years later. That's something you will never forget. You will never forget that moment of someone threatening and pushing a gun, a cold gun, against your face and your head, saying, bitch, I'll kill you, bitch, I'll kill you. I don't care how many years ago it happened. It happened. That's what happened to me. And I'd be damned if anybody tries to say I'm speaking on something for clout or this and third. I don't need any clout for something that A, I didn't sue him for, and B, I didn't get him arrested for. I thought in my character at that young age I was at, that was me being down. Knowing someone.
Yeah, but you can't. But that's the thing though. They did all that shit, but you were still hanging out with them. Wasn't she still friends with them after all that shit happened? So what happened between the time he pulled the pistol out and y'all stopped being friends, and then you spin the block on the story and speaking on it? You know what I mean? Like that don't make sense to me. You were still friends with Tiny You might have not been that close with Ti, but you were still friends with his wife. So what happened between him pulling the pistol out on you and then, so that be making me think, are you, was she doing this for the simple fact that she don't have a situation with them anymore? You see what I'm saying? That be making niggas give you the side eye. Like it makes me give them the side eye, bro. This shit be crazy to me. Y'all be claiming these people be doing all this shit to y'all, but y'all still be around them and cool with them, and until shit, yeah, I mean, until things is not, you know, going according to the relationships y'all be having with them go sour, then people get mad on Mad Day and want to start exposing shit. Yeah, I mean, so you gotta start looking at people that get mad about shit and start exposing shit. You be like, all right, you ain't say shit the whole time, but now you get mad. You on Mad Day, you want to expose everything, but you was good up to a certain point with them. That should be crazy to me, bro. I don't know. I don't know what y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments on the playback of this video and all that. So let's continue.
Was on paperwork, knowing someone had a family and X, Y, and Z. Not to sue them, not to go to the police on them. I think it speaks more to my character to move forward and try to move on. But for me to speak on my truth and to actually say what happened to me, I'm not doing anyone a disservice at that. I'm speaking on my truth.
Everybody
The
got
same
right
way
to
my
tell the
truth is that
truth.
I went to prison. The same way my truth is that I used to dance. The same way my truth is that I'm a single mother. That is my truth. I pray that today, every single woman that has a fabric or a fiber of her truth that may not sit well with how people want to idolize people, I pray that you stand up in your truth. But the part that's disheartening and more hurtful than anything else is that the woman that I stood for, the woman that the quote unquote friend whose back I had, is now turning around and saying the things you're saying. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting individual. You are disgusting. Don't ever let loyalty kill your moral compass. Don't ever let money kill the person you are within. Don't ever let that happen. You know what happened. I know what happened. And I don't understand how you got these big old balls of steel, because you know me. You know me. More than you know me, you know me. And I'm the smallest bit of your worries. Your worries need to be, because my voice has spoke up, many women will follow. That's what you need to be worried about today.
Hold on, let me
Don't
pause
worry
that.
about me.
So there you go. She's basically giving you the indication that before those women came out, she was basically like the one that initiated these women coming out and saying they was victims of Ti and Tiny. We still need those evidence though. Like this shit still need to be like if they guilty. I mean, well, if they being accused of that, then it needs to go before the judge, court of law. Just saying that shit ain't gonna get them niggas convicted. And this shit happened. This shit came out like what, 4 years ago? 4 years some change. So that whole time, I guess they've been, prolonging the court shit because I think, yeah, Ti still has a pending defamation case against Sabrina for all the accusations. So they still have to go to court in Los Angeles for the things she's been saying over the years. Ti actually suing her for defamation. So yeah, and she's still speaking out with the defamation case hanging over her head. She's still saying that same shit. So it's like she don't really even care about the defamation. She's standing on what she's standing on, and she believes that the accusations against Ti and Tiny rings true based off the victims that she interviewed and talked to, and she's still sticking with that shit, bro. So that's her thing. That's her story. Let's continue though.
I'm outside the statute of limitations.
Yeah, y'all gotta hit the like button though. Y'all gotta double tap the screen or hit the three dots at the corner. Hit that like button, please.
I don't need nothing from you. But my truth is my truth. My truth, what happened to me, my pain, my trauma, what I experienced, what I'm experiencing right now, these are all my truth. And regardless of how you want to look at it, how you want to spin it, how you want to say it, who you want to protect, who you want to cover up, this is the problem. This is a problem, a real problem. You know what happened. I know what happened. He knows what happened. So don't sit around. What you won't do on top of everything else is you won't lie on me. We're going to go truth for truth. Truth is, Clifford Harris put a gun in my head. Truth is, I didn't have a weapon. Truth is, I didn't call the police on him. Truth is, I didn't sue him and I could have. Truth is, I never spoke about this on the many times I could have spoke about it. That's the truth. That's the truth. And regardless of what anyone says, take a moment and put a cold gun to your temple and recite to yourself, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill you.
Hey, so as y'all could probably guess or imagine, it's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet uh, in light of all the things that have transpired and all of the egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife. But it's a reason for that. And I don't mind sharing it. You see, if a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they could do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, we get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you that get people to believe and make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar. And then they can say, see, they call me a liar. That's defamation. Then they drag you in court, get you under oath and all that. Because unfortunately, right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you didn't. You know what I mean? And that's just an unfortunate place that our society has made it to. But I want to be clear about one thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, Black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. People with evil intentions have no gender. A threat comes in all shapes and sizes. I would never treat a woman the same way I would treat a threat. All right? So I think that has to be distinguished. First and foremost, I want to say my wife is a beautiful person with an amazing spirit and a kind heart. She's a devoted mother, and she has a humble soul. She don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. Now, what we're not going to do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never force nobody. We ain't never.
So basically, T.I. saying his freak offs, him and Tiny's freak offs, is all consensual, like Diddy's. You know what I mean? What they do in their bedroom is all consensual. They don't have to force anybody to do anything. They be basically saying like they could basically get anybody to be down with the freak off, which I believe they can. I mean, with a lot of these thirsty ass women out here that want to be amongst the lifestyle and that want to be in the the inner circles and you know the glamours and the glitz and all that shit and the status of yeah, they pretty much can get anybody they want to pull off a freak off with them. Same thing with Diddy. I don't feel like Diddy has to force anybody to do anything. I believe that There's willing participants out here that is willing to, go that route and to participate in the freak offs because they want to be part of that lifestyle. And y'all know that shit's true. Y'all know there's a lot of women out here that's down with that shit. They down with it to do a threesome or do a freak off with T.I. and Tiny. It's women out here that would do that shit. They ain't got to. I don't feel like they gotta force anybody to do anything. They just they hit somebody up. They and they invite them, and them people willingly go to participate in the freak off. Now I don't know as far as like they saying that them niggas was spiking drinks and shit like that, like spiking their drinks and getting them drugged up and all that. I don't know. I can't confirm or deny it. We wasn't there, but that's one of the allegations that was pinned against Tiny, as well as Diddy, spiking drinks and all that shit, and and that does happen in the industry, in that Hollywood industry, because you got niggas like Rick Ross with the raps, put a Molly in her drink and she ain't even know it, shit like that. Like we know that's the Hollywood lifestyle: drugs, alcohol, sex, murder, if need be. Yeah, I mean, shit like that. That's the Hollywood, typical Hollywood lifestyle shit. Freak offs, freaky parties. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. That's Hollywood lifestyle shit, bro. But yeah, what they said, T.I. and Tiny was basically drugging these women when they came to do the freak offs with them and all that. That's the allegations that was pinned against them. But yeah, let's continue though.
Drug nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will.
Let me go back a little bit.
Yeah. Whatever we ever have done.
Let me go back just a little bit more. Hold on, y'all.
My wife is a beautiful person with an amazing spirit and a kind heart. She's a devoted mother, and she has a humble soul. She don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. Now, what we're not gonna do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. Open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this: whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything.
You talking about them drugs?
I ain't never raped nobody. Never raped nobody. Also, I'm gonna tell you what's factual. Tell you what's factual. There have been fake stories put up that blog sites anonymously sent to this person. Blog sites anonymously sent fake stories to this person, and the person posted it as though it was a victim, that they were sure that it was a victim and it has been victimized. And what this does is it dismantles the mechanism that women have created for themselves. You can't weaponize something with baseless claims. These are not stories of actual events. They're not. And I have proof of that. And that's why I said it. I have proof of that. I have proof of people who have gone on live with this person and they later said, man, I just wanted some clout. That's why I can't believe they actually posted this shit. I just wanted some clout. So this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're dealing with. And also, I pose you a question. How you gonna be a victim and an attacker at the same time? How are you being victimized if you are violently attacking someone? Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. They deserve to feel comfortable and confident. They deserve to feel supported. And that's supposed to get them to a place where they can show their face and say, this is what happened to me. This is who did it. And so the necessary steps can follow. This is not that. This is not that I also want you to know it's evil at play. I'm talking about evil. I'm talking like, evil. And there's been a history. We've had a history in dealing with the particular individual in question.
He's talking about Sabrina. That's what he's talking about because she the one that's been putting up all that shit about T.I. and Tiny. She's the one that actually had put all that, over the years, she been, going after them to the point T.I. is suing her for defamation. They still got a pending case in L.A. of T.I. suing Sabrina for defamation, but that shit still ain't stopping her. She's still, yesterday she went off yesterday on them, was posting all this shit. You know what I mean?
History of it, man. Had a history of it. And there is a record of pattern behavior like this. A history of harassment. Not I'm talking about, listen, this is not my opinion. I'm just saying what's on record. A history of violence on record. And we can't just, weaponize
Crazy,
social media to take down people who have families and who communities depend on. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about who have done everything that they can to uplift and help to evolve our communities. We can't tear our people down like that. And this has taught me a lot. But one thing I know, man, I will not be bullied. I am not afraid. I am not ashamed. And I mean, and the truth will be revealed, man. But until then, man, hey, listen, man, any woman out there who's going through things, who have gone through things, you have a story, and you should come forward. You should, but don't lie, because that tear the whole vehicle down. Don't lie. Don't lie. The truth is what needs to be heard. The truth. And I can deal with the truth all day. But at some point, man, it has to be some sort of, it got to be something that happens if you come and make baseless claims that are false about somebody that have a negative impact on them, their livelihood, or their freedom. Some got to be done about that. But I was built for this. I was born to be in this position. I was born to be in this position, to face pressure and sit in the fire, so it benefits others in the future. I was born to be in this position. God put me here for this. So whatever evil has been conjured up to come against me, no weapon form against me shall prosper. But man, I got a lot of love for everybody who's been calling me and who's been in support of me and my wife. Shit, man. We'll be back to doing us, man, sooner than later. You dig what I'm saying? Love and respect.
All right, man. I need y'all to smash that like button because we about to get into this one. This is where Sabrina Peterson actually interviewed one of the supposed victims of T.I. and Tiny. So we gonna get into that. But I need y'all to smash that like button a little bit more before we get into this. Go ahead and smash that like button, man. And if you haven't, support nightandayherbals.com where we sell high natural deep high quality products from hair care to skincare products, herbal soaps, detoxes, high quality CBD vapes, and everything. Make sure y'all support our shop, man. 'Cause this shit is our videos are sponsored by us, nightandayherbals.com. 35% off on all the orders. So you ain't gotta put in no checkout code or anything. It's 35% off automatically during checkout, and you get something free in your order. You either get a free pack of CBD smokes or a free pre-rolls in your order. So that's nightandayherbals.com, man. The links is in the description, pinned to the top of the chat. Yeah, man. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get into this, man. we're gonna go ahead and get into this this interview of Sabrina Peterson, one of the alleged victims of Ti, with the and she's interviewing one of the supposed victims of forced sex trafficking, freak off, whatever that shit is they being accused of. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, man.
Like I said, I have a new baby and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, can I get back to you on this offer? So he's like, sure, you can get back to me, whatever. So now, of course, I speak to my fiance. I'm like, hey, what do you think I should do? Should I, meet up with these people? I see what they have to offer, whatever. And he's like, if you do go, I'm sure they're probably gonna have you sign something, whatever. And it's crazy because, like, as I'm seeing these stories, I'm seeing that this is exactly what they have these people do, like sign that you cannot speak about what's going on. So
So she basically saying T.I. and Tiny made her sign, well, was gonna make her sign an NDA. Let's continue.
Like I said, I considered it because of who they are, and then I like thought back on it, like, because I myself am a rape victim from 2014.
Trigger warning, y'all. Trigger
I had
warning.
just questions of like, okay, so why do you want to fly me out? Like, why do you want to meet with me? Like, he's like, oh, we have a venture for you. We can speak more in person about it, whatever. But it didn't sit well with me until why these people wanted. Like, I have 2,000 followers at that time, probably less than that. So I'm like, what about me? Like, where did you know what I mean? Like, I had so many questions in my mind about what did they really want. And then, I brought it to my family's attention. I went to my mom. I'm like, Ma, look, such and such wants me to go. And, everybody around me is like, go. I would have did it, And like I said, I have my own family. And I'm like, well, these people are these people. And after I go and come back, like, they're still going to have, their families and stuff. And what am I like? I don't really see what's the main reason. Like, yeah, I do sing, and every girl, like you said, has dreams to be a model and do this and do that. But after I had the phone call with the two individuals, I just didn't understand, like, what did they want from me specifically? Because there was no actual. It was more so, when you get here, we'll speak about it. About a venture, as you've seen. And I'm like, okay, what kind of venture? Like, what is this exactly that you guys, have in mind? And like, I'm shaking right now because I'm just so glad that I didn't go through with it, because it's so many females, as from what I could see, that has.
All right, so what you can see is the actual DM of them reaching out to the chick. So she did have like snapshots of them reaching out to her. You know what I'm saying? So, but I don't think she ever went. So that's what we, getting into more of her speaking, because this is the Sabrina chick actually interviewing, for y'all that just came. This is Sabrina interviewing one of the supposed victims of T.I. and Tiny. Well, almost victim, because I don't think she went, but she did show text messages and shit like that. But let's continue.
Got taken advantage of, and like I said, I couldn't relate to it because I've been there. So like, when somebody actually hit me up and was like, didn't these people hit you up? And then they sent me your link, and I'm shaking. Oh my God, I'm shaking. And so that's why I started reading through the stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. This is like so crazy. I'm shaking right now.
I'm like, so now that you're telling me about the contract, right? And people telling me the venture, you're helping me to understand that some of these girls didn't go for what they thought they were going for. You understand?
Right.
You get in the presence of two people you look up to, two people that have the soundtrack to your life. You understand that? So here's your decision. We're here with you. If you want to stay with us, you need to do two things. You need to take a pill, and you need to compromise your spirituality and have sex. And most girls don't have the tenacity, the mindset, and or the discipline and willpower to say no in a moment that in a setting that they feel possibly change their whole life for them.
Right. And that's like I said, because of the
sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. Like, because of what you said, like, I'm not gonna lie, in the instant, at the moment, a lot of, like, everything in me was like, oh, like, this is an opportunity. But it's just something that, give me 1 second, baby. It's just something that didn't sit well with me. And that's the only thing that stopped me. Like, even my mom told me, go, like, are you crazy? These are these people. Like, you know what I mean? My brothers, like, friends, everyone told me I was crazy for not taking the opportunity. Like, do you know who you could become? All you gotta do is be around the right people at the right time and get a photo taken. So it was very much so tempting. And I'm sure, like you said, other people in my situation, regular old people just trying to make a way for themselves, that's more than likely 9 times out of 10 a female's case. So it's just crazy.
All the women have morals. There's no woman that we've spoken to that didn't have morals. Now, whether she was enticed out of her morals, then that's something different. But every single one of these ladies, every single one of these victims, I'm saying, had a moral compass. But you got to think, this is temptation at the highest level.
Yes, for real. Because, like I said, honestly, the only thing that stopped me was me questioning, well, 2 things. Was me questioning what venture, and them not being able to tell me, and just kept telling me, like, oh, when we meet in person, you know, we'll sit down and we'll speak about it. And then, of course, like I said, I had a newborn baby. And my son was, like, probably 5 months at the time. And I'm like, I can't just leave my baby. Like, I just can't go.
How long was this?
This was about 1.5 years ago. My baby is now 2. My son is now 2 years old. He just turned 2 in December. I actually have the time and dates on there.
I see.
Yeah, so it's like about 1.5 years, you can say. Mm-hmm. I'm really shaking right now. This is so crazy.
I mean, I thank you for your perspective, because perspective has helped some of the victims, right? To understand. People can understand how easily lured, like, you can see yourself, like, damn, like, especially, you know, if you're anything like me, if my mama say go, like, you know, you feel me? Like, if my mother says go, I'm out. So,
and it's been plenty of times, like, you know, as mom, you taking your mom's advice.
Yeah, like, you said, my mom said go, I would have been out. Like, I would have, oh shit, my mom said, let me go. You said I would have went.
Everyone told me I was crazy for not going.
Well, now you can let them know, like, no, I wasn't crazy for not going.
And I was in the process of writing you. Hopefully my best friend is on the live right now, because she was another person that was hit up by the individuals, and we literally was just speaking about it 3 weeks ago, and she was like, I don't know if she still has the messages herself, but she's really considering going. And I'm gonna speak to her if she's not on this live and tell her, like, no, that is not the play. Because just like myself, she's thinking, oh, I can, you know, get money, and
you can pipe up, you can get this, you can do that, you can have access, you can, you know what I'm saying, this you can pipe up. Like, that's what you thought. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, it's not like, you know, you thought that, hey, this may be a good move, this may be my next best move. Like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're not wrong for that. No one's wrong for taking their next.
For trying to come up. Yep. Yeah. Yep. But I appreciate you for having me.
So much. I think you're jumping on here right now. You know, if you come back live or X, Y, and Z, we're going to be talking to young ladies that have been victimized, to kind of just, you know. And today was honestly, I just want to thank, like, all 20. Right now we're about 27 victims. I've only posted 20. But it looks like, based upon the chain of the stories, we're probably going to be over 100. It's probably in the hundreds.
Yeah, especially with like the whole setup of, oh, it's you know, venture, we can have this in line, like what do you do, and you know,
The
things of
one
that
girl
nature.
told listen, the one girl told me that for the 31st birthday, it was 31 girls.
That's crazy.
We haven't spoken to those 31 yet. They said for the 31st birthday, it was 31 girls.
And you know what is even more mind-boggling to me is that as a female, you should have more sympathy, more of just of a heart. You're a female. You know what it is just to have a vagina.
Yep. We're gonna this is heavy.
Yeah, I'm shaking. I'm like,
This is
one,
heavy.
I'm a little relieved. You know what I mean? Because I, you know, was fortunate enough to, you know, ask questions and stuff like that. But I'm also not relieved because it's like I said, I've been there before, not with these particular, you know, but so I know what that feel is. I know what it does to you, how it, like, I'm 5 years now, and I'm literally, this was the first year that it came to me, and I actually didn't shed a tear. That type of stuff weighs so heavy on your heart. You question yourself. Oh, what did I do? Like, it's crazy.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
I appreciate you for just being present. I appreciate your voice. I appreciate you for speaking up. I appreciate, like, this is the first, like, tonight will be the first night in probably 15 years that some of these victims would have been asleep. To feel like, okay, something, you like okay, there's a lot to get, like, golly, I wasn't tripping. I wasn't going crazy. I wasn't wrong.
No.
Like, tonight will be the first night that a lot of these women will be able to rest. Tonight will be the first night they'll be able to rest. Tonight will be the first night. And I'm just so...
Yeah, well, we gotta thank you for speaking out, because, like, look at the chain. You know what I mean? The chain that it called, like...
That happened when I was 28. I'm 42 now.
Yeah.
You understand that? I'm 42 now.
All right, y'all. All right, we're gonna spin the block later on this. Diddy and Cassie being sued by one of the prostitutes for basically saying they passed off them an STD. So we're gonna spin the block and come back a little later to touch up on this no Diddy, to touch on this topic of Cassie and Diddy being sued in a civil lawsuit by one of the prostitutes that they dealt with. So make sure y'all subscribe to this channel. Double tap the screen to like this video, share this live stream if you can, and we'll be back later to with that topic. So yes indeed, man, appreciate y'all for coming through, man. Make sure y'all shop with us at 90dayherbals.com. Like I said, got a 35% off sale going on right now, and you get free free products in your order as well. And we got the buy one get one free thing going on too. So with the CBD cigarettes and the pre-rolls, it's buy one get one free. So make sure y'all head over there and support the shop as well. And we be back later for the live stream, man, for the Diddy and Cassie getting sued by the prostitute. We be back later for that. So on that note, I'm up out of here, y'all.
Shop now at nightandayherbals.com and enjoy 35% off all our herbal CBD products. Automatically applied at checkout.